Can we take a live picture of the Warsaw-Chopin Airport? This is in Warsaw, Poland, where President Trump is expected to land at any moment, and he is stopping there for a brief visit before heading to Hamburg, Germany for the G20 summit. While the president is expecting a more friendly welcome in Poland, high tensions await him in Hamburg. Well, why? Because the president has one-on-one meetings with Russian President Vladimir Putin and also with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, who has condemned President Trump's approach to foreign policy and no longer considers the U.S. a very close friend. So which meeting will spark more fireworks, but which one should you pay attention to the most? We bring in former ambassador to Belgium, Howard Gutman. All right, Howard, which one's more important here?
So, Liz, with regard to Angela Merkel, that could be a very quiet room. Trump has taken the United States out of the conversation on trade, on climate, and on migration. So she has nothing to talk to him about whatsoever and will regard it as a waste of time. He might want to have some bravado about North Korea, but Angela Merkel stopped listening to Donald Trump the last time he was in Europe.
So you think it's over between those two? That's a pretty strong statement.
No, I think it's over for those two. She's counting the days till 2020, perhaps. But, well, she'll talk to McMaster. She'll talk to Mattis. She'll talk to Tillerson. The days of talking to Donald Trump and being told Germany is bad or watching him. Today he tweeted again, we've had bad trade deals with these people for so long. Why should we trade? He's converted us, in her mind, to Botswana. We care about our own safaris. And she doesn't deal with the head of Botswana very long. She'll say hello.
Okay. Let me get to Vladimir Putin. Everyone is watching this one. I mean, it's unbelievable how closely watched this meeting behind closed doors, this tete-a-tete with Putin, will be. And what he says when he gets out, I mean, we had Colonel Ralph Peters here last week, and what he says upon exiting that tete-a-tete will be very, very, very important for a lot of people. What do you think will happen there?
Putin wants to get rid of the sanctions. And he will say whatever Trump needs to hear. For Trump to come out and say, oh, I've gotten great concessions by Putin, let's relax the sanctions. And that will put a doubt in the mind of every American, Democrat and Republican. Is there really meaningful conversations with Russia, or is this related to why President Trump asked Jared Kushner to set up a covert line of communication that the CIA
and the NSA
could not hear?
Well, let's be fair here, Howard. We know that other administrations have had lines of communication between certain people in, the Russian government in the past, in both Democrat and Republican administrations. But more to the point of what happens at this meeting, what do you think Russia's going to say about North Korea? You just had Nikki Haley at the United Nations come out and say that anyone who doesn't side with the United States in this war of words, at least for now, will lose trade opportunities entirely with the United States.
Liz, 2 points. One, on the line of communication. You always have back channel lines of communication. That isn't something that the CIA or the NSA don't know. You don't ever try to set up covert ones. That's the difference. Tomorrow, Putin will say whatever Trump needs to hear about how he'll help control North Korea, just like Xi did from China the last time they met. And as Trump finally figured out, trade relations between China and North Korea have never been stronger. Xi said, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Now, by the way, this isn't the first time we had problems.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we're running out of time, Ambassador, because we've got all this breaking news. But which meeting should matter most? I know which one's going to get all the fireworks, and that's with Putin. But which one should matter most to Americans? And by the way, he's also meeting with Xi Jinping of China, too.
Of course, Merkel should. By the way, if Donald Trump tomorrow tells Angela Merkel he's imposing tariffs on steel, we're going to have confrontations on more than one front. It's going to be a heck of a time if we've kissed off 500 million people in the world by trying to start a trade war over steel. That could be real fireworks, not yesterday, tomorrow.
Good to see you. All right, Howard, thank you very much, Ambassador Howard Gutman.